And as always, we are back to talk about superhero time this week. I am your host, Sleepy Witch, joined by,
DJ Azure, the 2.5D Hero Talk Tuber.
oh my
Yeah.
god, the old man episode.
Yeah, like, man,
Geezeer, episode 4. Holy
like,
fuck.
it's kind of funny because we still don't know everything about, Ryugi yet, but, like, I love him. Like, we learned a little bit more about him this episode. Like, his dad's a doctor, apparently.
Yeah, here's the thing. That so fits on the, that's probably, more like the strict doctor dad who,
hmm
if he wasn't following the right path, didn't want anything to do with him kind of thing.
Yeah,
Especially now that he's, doing whatever he's doing.
exactly. Yeah, it is like you could just imagine. You could just imagine, whenever you talk about Ryugi, it's like you kind of have to do his little hand pose, like his Tegasort pose.
Oh my god.
Oh, I love that pose. But yeah, I mean, so it looks like I'm apparently we might be getting a Ryugi. I mean, I don't know when we're gonna be getting a Ryugi episode. Also, there's no episode next week.
Yep, we got a break.
I know. It's like I didn't realize it, and I was like really sad about it. Because I remember last week when we were talking, when I was trying to figure out, oh wait, that's right, that that they showed the early preview for Common Rider. I'm like, oh wait, that's like 3 weeks from now. Wait, the numbers don't match. And then then now I realize that it's because of the week break. So yeah, we'll get to that.
Not only that, but in my they were like, this is the preview for episode 27. In my brain, I had been like, this is the preview at the end of episode 27. So I was thinking even further ahead. So because I didn't realize it was the one that was previewing 27, not the one that aired previewing 28 at the end of 27.
Yeah.
But yep. So we don't have an episode. You said next week or the week after?
Next week.
Yep. Which sucks. Yeah. But I mean, it is what it is. That'll probably be our time to talk about the Ultraman Arc movie then.
Oh yeah, I just watched it this weekend.
I didn't get a chance. I was gonna watch it for tomorrow, since we normally record on Wednesdays, but we couldn't this week, so it's Tuesday.
Because it is Tuesday the 11th, which basically means that my birthday's tomorrow, which is why I'm gone, which is why we can't record.
Which is totally reasonable. Everyone wishes your happy birthday.
You know what's really funny, because tomorrow is gonna be my 35th birthday. You know what I'm gonna be doing?
What?
I'm gonna be wearing my Gokaiger shirt.
Yeah, no, that's fair. I was about to. Is it Gokaiger related? Yeah.
Yeah.
We only gotta wait. Both of us only gotta wait. 15 and 20 more years so we can wear the Geezeer shirts.
I know, right? Oh man, now that we're on this topic, I mean, we're still talking about Sentai, but the worst part about all these shows being so good in a row is that you kind of want merch of everything now.
It is
it's not like how after Gokaiger, it's up until I think Kyoryuger, it's like everyone just goes back and just remembers Gokaiger, and now it's like oh yeah, we want to it's like, oh man, Kyoryuger was so good. I would love to have that changer. Oh man, Zenkaiger was so good. I really want that changer. Oh man, Dawnbringer is so good. It's like it almost overwrites your memory of the one that before it, and it's like
it really does. My biggest thing that I saw some people talking about, which is feels insane, is that can you imagine 10 years from now, the people who are growing up who all their Sentai stuff is Reiwa because that's what they saw growing up, and those people growing up to be writers and Sentai writers and shit, being inspired from this specific era, and what kind of crazy shit they're gonna come up with because specifically they were inspired by this era. And I'm like, oh my god, this era feels insane, but I'm sure that the things that come from it are gonna be even more insane.
Yeah, I know, and it's like at least for Sentai, I mean, we could also just kind of just thank Inoue.
Yep.
Yeah,
I mean, we can thank him for Sentai, for Isekai Sentai.
Yeah. Oh man, yeah. We'll get to that too. But yeah, let's get actually back to the episode, because Man, okay. Also, actually, no. Actually, one more thing. Talking about merch, I'm so sad because I watched a review of the DX Tegasword.
Uh-huh.
It is so tiny. I have to wait for the Memorial Edition. I want to buy one so badly, but no, that thing is
Yeah,
tiny.
I am probably going to wait for I want the memorial because I do want like the big ass claw hand. Like the
Exactly.
fact that
Yeah,
it's the Megazord, the Changer, and everything at once, it's so cool to me.
yeah. Oh
Uh,
man.
Very fun
Uh,
bit for like the 50th anniversary that it's like an all-in-one thing for them. But going back to this episode, we got Kijino, I think is his name.
yeah.
Uh, who's an old man.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I
Uh,
fucking adore this episode.
yeah. It's so good. There's like a lot of like this old man's so sweet. Like like remember when we all saw him like the young version of him like smirking? We all thought he was gonna be like the first one to turn evil.
Or
Like
something, and it turns out he's like an old man trying to like live more freely because he spent his life kind of living on the straight and narrow.
yeah.
And it first of all, he becomes such an endearing character when this is like and honestly, props to the actor for Kijino because like he's playing an old man as a young man.
Yeah, it's some Freaky Friday stuff, and it's
It is.
great.
It's great. I loved specifically like the scene of him and Red, where Red's like giving him advice, and like he's like, "Shut up! I know what to do already. I'm an old man."
Yeah,
Like that kind of vibe from that whole conversation. And oof, it first of all, just like I love that the landlady at least knows something now,
mm-hmm.
because she saw him just eat the eggs and transform. Uh, I like that he gets to be young basically because the Tegasword's like, I don't know if you'd be able to fight like this, so I'll give you this one little thing extra, basically.
Yeah, and it's just really funny though. It's like he just needs egg protein, and that's how he
Yep,
turns young. And it's like I like the joke that everyone was saying online and saying doctors hate him for this one simple trick.
it's good. I also like that we just keep seeing more of the fucking Tegasword Omurice. I'm thinking we'd see it like 3 out of the 4 episodes so far.
Yeah, I have a feeling I'm going to like ask about ask for that. Oh man,
And it's cool.
yeah. But yeah, like honestly, like Kijino's actor just like does such a great job, like trying to like essentially fight being the mask he wants to put on of being the party person and still
Yeah.
being the old man.
And I love here's the thing. It would have been so easy for them to just lean into him being some like crazy party animal from the get-go, but I
Mhm.
love seeing that he's like fighting with his instincts of being, like a little like a stubborn old geezer as he's put it.
Yeah.
I love when they have the oh god, what's the name for like the dude Gyaru?
Oh, I don't know.
But they have like the party guy come up to him and he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you want to go hang out on the rooftop?" And just for him to go like, "Young man, our teachers do so much to try to keep us safe, and you want to disrespect that? Lame." And it's like, so funny seeing him try and then like completely whiff it.
Yeah. He tries a bunch, like he interacts with with his grandson, and it's like on and also that's another thing too. Like him having to change his name at the last second from Joji to Kijino just because so that his grandson wouldn't know it's him.
Yeah, so they don't at least suspect it because it's like, oh, you have my exact grandpa's name. Weird.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Yeah,
Especially because
and
we find out later in the episode that like he just dipped.
yeah,
Which it's really like on one hand, it's not that big of a deal. He's like an 85-year-old man. Like his son is already like a grown adult who's taking care of his own family, his grandkids. Everyone's doing fine.
hmm
As we saw, kind of sadly, his wife has passed away. And I
yeah,
and I do think it's very sweet that she's like, "Hey, live for yourself a little," and that's kind of led into him being
yeah.
the Tega Sword Green. Uh,
Exactly. Yeah.
it's
And he basically like like does this as he's like talking with his grandson about chasing your dream. It's like you have a dream. It's like you need to be who you want to be. It's
and
so
dude,
good.
and it did hurt when at that first talk, when his grandson's like, nah, I never want to be like my grandpa. Dude sucks and we don't even miss him, and I don't have a dream. I just want to party every day or whatever. Fuck that. Like, that hurt me a little bit. I'm like, damn, dude.
Yeah.
I know it's not intentional, because it's not like he knows that's his grandpa, but it's like, could you imagine, like, you go missing and you have a chance to talk to, one of your family members, and they're like, yeah, I'm glad that bitch is gone. It's like, damn.
Yeah.
I would feel bad.
Yeah, it's messed up, but also we do, like, we actually are really going to be getting these character intros for every fight, and once again, but just as someone else pointed out, Riko and Ryugi need one now.
Oh no, for sure. First of all, I for sure love that we finally got one that wasn't red in the ring. Uh just because I was like, please don't let it be like all him. We have all these other characters. Let them shine, basically.
Mhm.
Because I thought it was funny, episode 1 we obviously got to do red. Episode 2 we did red again. Episode 3 we got kind of the like, haha, you thought you were going to win, but actually the prime minister won.
Yeah.
After the call out, so it didn't even matter. And then so episode 3 is just like, it's not about him, and I fucking adore. First of all, this monster was so funny, and I just fucking love the, like, when his grandson tells him that he does have a dream, it just doesn't fit him. He's like, no, watch me, I'll show you. You always gotta fight for your dream. And he just goes out, transforms, and he's like, I'm gonna be done being a stubborn old geezer. And he starts partying to traditional folk music.
Yeah, and it's so good.
I love the dance. It's very cute. I love seeing both him, like the suit actor, and the young Kijino actor doing the dance. It's like very cute. But I also
Yeah.
love that, like, it was a distraction the moment the fucking number one party dude from No One decides, like, oh hey, let me show you how it's really done. He's like, an opening, and just fucking kills him.
Yeah. Oh,
Also,
man. Yeah.
I love that the party guy that he pulled out from there was like, wicked, as he just like passed out or whatever. He was like, that was awesome.
Man.
Super dumb, super sweet setup with like the him and his grandson talking to his dad about wanting to go to art school, and it's like, hey, I'm not as stubborn as my dad, I'll do whatever, and him leaving like the postcard like, I'm doing okay, grandpa.
Yeah, the way he does it too is that he drops it and makes a scene.
Yep. And then I love that he just can't help but still be himself, and is like hugging both of them, like, calling them by their first names. You guys do well for yourselves, okay? And I love that his grandson sees like the image of his grandpa like kind of overlaid on him, because he's like, some people said that he figured it out. I think it's more that he just is very much reminded of his grandfather.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah. But it's also great too, like, because of the way that they ended this episode, like, which is why I think I'm also gonna really love this one, and like, it's kind of funny that it feels like a regular Sentai still, so far, is that because we don't have an ending sequence and the music's just playing, it really feels like Dawn Brothers all over again.
oh my god, it does feel like we get like the Dawn Brothers thing, which I really like. And I also, again, we've talked about like the intro. I really love this ending song too.
It's so good.
It's got a really good vibe. It's like BB Believing is the name of the song. It's so good. And I love the setup of like, as he's walking away, we get Red, who looks at a picture of his family. He's like, family, huh? Yeah. And we didn't even talk about Black this episode, who fought Ryosol Red, who's a lawyer, who's apparently investigated the missing case of her sister.
Yep. And also, if you lose your ring, you just lose your Tegasword.
I guess that makes sense. The ring and the Tegasword are like connected.
Yeah.
Also,
and she's not able to engage.
Nope, she can't engage. And get saved by the Prime Minister, who has Time Fire Red.
Yeah.
Who's been killed off screen. Rip my boy. Anyway, that was a cool setup, and I love how it leads into the next episode being about her sister, her trying to find her, because I think kind of the whole bit from what I get from the preview is that like she isn't being honest about what her wish is, and that's why she can't be honest and actually use the powers.
That makes sense.
But we'll find out. Speaking about finding out, oh my god, Isekai read this last week. The Ino episode, the anime only Ino episode,
Yeah.
where he's just sitting there telling a story. Well, at the very beginning, you're just kind of fuming, like, why is he talking to another woman?
Yeah. It's so funny, but yeah, like, and as everyone noted last week, like, holy crap, like there is just nothing but cameos this episode
Yep.
from Real Sentai, and it's great.
I mean, we had like Deca Red and Yellow. We had I think it was
we had Buster Yellow, I believe, as well too. Like we just had a lot.
We had fucking Kijino proposing to his wife. Which was the one that one was really funny because when the Bond thing came up and they actually had more speaking roles and they were like breaking up, I was like, no, they did it again. I was like, I'm getting Don Brother flashbacks.
Yeah, it's so good.
It was intense. Apparently the chef guy may have been like the Lupin Blue reference. There were like a bunch.
Yeah, it was just endless. It was just endless things. But like we also got like a full roll call for Kizuna 5.
And we got the Kizuna 5 opening.
Yup.
Instead of the Isekai Red opening.
Yeah. And the other great thing about this too was that, like, you know, we actually see that, you know, each of them have like a different sort of bond. Like, you know, we have friendship, love, unity, and like it's so good.
It's good. It's perfectly themed. Yeah. Honestly. And then we get, I don't know, my favorite bit was the like, okay, let me tell you a story from my past. And it's literally like, I'm going to do the like the family member who turns into like a bad guy member of the org.
Yeah, it's so funny.
We get this whole story, their bonds are fixed, and then we get the fucking joke that apparently he turned into Bond Breaker like 13 more times. Because I guess he's just insane.
Yeah. And then for me, which made me freak the fuck out, was seeing the Aquarion Mugen Punch out of nowhere.
Yep. I mean, hey, it feels like a reference to the, like, we need to reuse mech suits. We gotta reuse the guy from our other show.
Like, I wasn't expecting Mugen Punch, man. That is like the most, like, that is such an insane thing to have show up. Oh my god. Like,
honestly, as always, continuing to just be really fun, really vibes based like thing. I don't think there's really that much else to say, but there is a lot to say about Gav this week. Oh my god.
Yeah, like, I mean, like yeah, honestly, like, you know, I know we just skipped through Isekai Red, but like, honestly, like, this episode was just so good, just for the fact that, like, you know, like, doesn't matter, like, it was like basically like the last like 30 years of Sentai were pretty much being represented in that episode, just randomly.
And also, like, Isekai Red, I think we talked about this a little bit, because it's like an homage show. I feel like much less happens in the foreground for us to talk about directly, where if we do it, it's like, let's talk in depth about like the little references that happen. That's like most of the show.
Yeah.
You know? But oh my god, this week's Gav. First of all, continuing with the Helmet Boy, I'm gonna be honest, did not expect for them to. I made the joke about like the dude stealing like his model's VRM or whatever, yeah. But it turns out he just made like a new one because he had like a little like baby Kabuto. He had like the V1 Kabuto Boy,
yeah,
model, which is really funny. Like that would be like a way that you could, like, if you stole someone's channel. And then you could fucking pretend to do like, haha, I'm doing a 2.0 debut, but it's because you fucking had to make a new model because you stole it. That's kind of fucked.
Yeah. Oh man.
Again, I love this fucking Beetle Granute design. Like, he looks fucking insane. He looks great. And I love Lakia. I need him to stop being so grease coated. Because I'm not gonna be able to handle that. I can't. Okay. I can't do this to me. Biggest thing for him is like him, you know, kind of talking it out and learning, like, do you really want to regret this?
Yeah. Oh man.
Also, I can't believe I'd seen the pictures of the Gogizos. I love that Gab's like ice cream cake upgrade is he gets to use the sword with sorbet.
Yeah, it's so good. Yeah, like,
It's
but I mean, but also like just the idea of an ice cream cake, I love that. Like,
ice cream cakes are good, and it's a combination where we get the where it feels like another good like side grade, you know? Where I feel
mhm.
like sometimes one of the things that sucks when you get like big upgrade forms is that like, oh cool, the forms that had like specific functions are now worse. And so you
Yeah.
don't really have a reason to like side grade into them unless there's something really specific. And so now it's just, you know, the upgrade form. Meanwhile,
Yeah.
it's like, oh hey, here's a thing where it's like a side grade where you could do ice cream cake instead of just ice cream form. And
Mhm.
it's like a side grade where you get to use the different sword and you get to use your little cake guys.
Yeah.
Uh really
Oh
cute,
man.
really good vibes. Uh I loved Lakia kind of starting to care for this kid because he's seeing Komel and him. Uh
Yeah, also just how pissed off he got this episode because it's like, oh yeah, I remember that. I remember that quitter. Like,
also, oh my god,
uh,
dude. The fucking like people have been talking about it, but like the Lakia like aura fart, the fucking gets punched in the face, still twirls his hair for the henshin.
yeah,
The when he's doing that first fight and he gets kicked back and he uses his fucking knees to shoot the bow.
yeah, like,
There's some insanely fun choreography going on with him, and he's
mhm,
just doing so much. It looks so good.
yeah.
Uh it's fucking fantastic. And then we're getting the Honto side of this. So he's
So,
not doing well.
yeah, and it's like, oh wait, yeah, you hey, I need to make more chokeholds. So, yeah, you want to keep using chokodons? It's like, no, I'm gonna use chokehold.
Yeah, it's like I need to make some that like won't put as much strain on your body. And he's
Yeah.
saying it like that, but I love how people are just like, nah, Suga just laced his shit.
Yeah, but also talking about what the fuck did Choco do? Like, I'm sure you saw that video of the three of them dancing, right?
I sent that to a friend of mine, and I was like, bro, what they do to Honto? Why is he dancing like that, dude? They got him.
Oh man, we're and the craziest part, we're still not in bowl cut era yet.
We're not. Okay. I've been seeing some theories that bowl cut era, that might not be Honto. The same way that bitters aren't Gav.
Oh, talking about bitters though.
And yeah, we get the reveal at the very end of this, which is, you know, him coming back to see the bitter guy, which is also really funny because I think I saw someone mention that like Hanto's the only one who doesn't know that there's multiple bitter gaps.
Yeah, it's so fucked up.
And so for him to come back and find multiple one of them at Suga's place, is
Yeah.
wild.
Yeah, that's creepy as hell. It's like, oh yeah, we made these from chocolate chip cookies. I'm like, oh man.
And again, it's okay. I been having a lot of fun because I love that we're having like A plots with the heavy pirate people that are ending like really happy and we're having our uplifting stuff, and then it's just Hanto like suffering.
Oh
Uh,
man, it's that SpongeBob meme that's been going around, like saying everyone doing this happy thing, side character, and it's just like this like SpongeBob in like the asylum, like that meme that's been going around.
yes, and I also really like that people were talking about. I think I sent you this thing where it's like they knew that Hanto's actor could cry on command, so they've been doing it to make Hanto absolutely fucking miserable. Because he has just been, oh my god, dude, he is so good at it. Like the single tear coming down when something happens, it's like oof, it
Yeah,
hurts.
he's. Oh, actually, no, I was the one that sent you that one because normally you're the one that says me
Oh
all the
no, you
memes
might have been
first.
the one who sent me that, but like
Yeah.
it's insane. Regardless, that post was calling me out. I feel so bad for Hanto right now. And the biggest thing, you know, next, or I guess not next week, but next episode, we have Kamen Rider Bake,
Yeah.
which is
Oh
confirmed to be
man.
Suga. He's using the Cookie Gochizo, who I love that he looks evil. I love the evil looking Gochizos because like the Gochizos are so cute little guys, and so seeing the evil ones, it feels like that meme where it's like, you're not ready to handle my dark twisted world.
Yeah,
And
but
it's
I
just
mean,
little evil Gochizo.
yeah, and then on the happy side of things, supposedly, maybe we'll see how long this lasts. Is that Lakia and Sachika are actually, well, actually no, Sachika is finally gonna meet Uncle.
Yeah, we're gonna get
Yeah.
to meet Uncle. He seems chill about it. That seems cute.
Mhm.
We're gonna see Bake. We also, I've seen people talking about the
Like
screenshot, but we
yeah,
when we
who's this
see
K?
we
Who's
see
this
the
K?
we see the thing for K, and it's like, oh my god, you. This goes back to, remember when I was talking about like, what if Bitter is like half Hanto, half Shoma? Well, it looks like someone's gonna be.
Yeah,
Uh,
or this can be bowl cut era.
or yeah, or bowl cut era is gonna be the like half boy stuff. It reminds me, what it really makes me think of is like Superboy, how he's like half Superman, half Lex Luthor clone.
Mhm.
So I'm just like, what is he doing? And I love that we get to see Nielv again this episode, and he talks to Suga, and he's like, "Why are you interested in the chocolate guy?" And he's like, he's got everything we need for him to be a savior. He just has to, he just needs a little bit more.
Yeah.
He's got all the qualities of a savior. It gave me major like Kekara vibes. Like, oh god, Suga, what are you thinking? Because like at this point in time, what is Suga's goal with any of this?
Yeah.
Is he
Like
just doing it to do it? Does he have like an actual ambition? Does he have a greater goal? Uh, I am
yeah.
so intrigued by Suga as a character. His actor plays him so well too. He's so good at like,
Yeah,
I don't know.
and he
His
just has
expressions feel slimy.
yeah, like he just like he has like this like he has this like oh man, I don't remember what it was, but there's like he like does this face where he's basically like his chin tilted up and he's just like looking to the side at Nielv and it's just absolutely just he is way too good at playing a slime ball.
No,
He's just
he is,
way too good. Yeah,
especially on the
there, there
on
you
the
go.
scene. Mhm.
I sent you the image. Look at that face. Look at that
Okay,
face.
I'm gonna go look at him. Yeah,
Yeah, that face. That face. That face when he's talking to Neil. It's
that
like,
face. You know what face that is? That's the fucking that's the knife cat meme face.
oh, it's knife cat. Okay, yeah.
That's what he reminds me of. Just like just staring at you like, hmm.
Yeah, exactly. It's so smug. It's so slimy. It's like, what is your deal?
And
Like,
especially like what I really like is the scenes of him when especially when he was talking to Hanto and Shoma like before this, where he's like pretending to be a good guy and he's like telling them things that are technically true but not, and he just has this like, oh my god, his smile in those always like, I was just helping him out, and it's
yeah.
like, oh god, you shut the fuck up. He's insane. Uh, I'm gonna be honest. Geezeer is exciting me in a really like, oh man, this is so cool. This is so interesting. This is so like vibrant and fun, and everything's cool. Gav is interesting me in the like, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no.
Yeah.
Everything is happening, and I'm not ready for the fallout. We're gonna
Yeah.
have, so there's bowl cut Hanta, which we've seen in magazines, who at this point could, and we've seen him with the Vlam driver. So he's either Hanto's, upgrade form that maybe he gets from Lakia? Question mark, please no. Or maybe
We
that's
still don't know.
K. Because, if someone could replicate that driver, it would be Suga, who's already been able to do much more than that,
Yeah.
Considering
Oh,
that
man.
driver is also based on his technology because Niel needed his documents before he was able to make it.
Mm-hmm.
So honestly, insane. Another random tweet that I saw about this was talking about like, do you think Suga like, because he said you needed a Granute organ to become a writer, and people are like, but Suga just turned into a writer. So do you think he just gave himself an organ, or do you think he just lied to Hanto so he could put an organ in him?
Oh my god, I don't like any of the idea of
Because
this.
both options are terrible. Like, and here's the thing. Okay, he put the thing on himself. That makes sense. That's, him being like a mad scientist guy. But if he just lied to Hanto about it, that's fucked. Especially because, I mean, Hanto's now like partially Granute because of this. And he didn't even have to be. Like, that's insane.
Yeah. Oh my god.
This man is just ruining Hanto's life.
Yeah, once again I'm just thinking about that tweet, the whole like they got an actor that can cry in command, so they're just putting him through it.
They are. I'm gonna be honest. I can't wait to see what Hanto's actor also does like next, because I feel like he's gonna be in high demand.
Yeah, man, I'm so curious as to what these actors are gonna do at this point now. Like,
Yeah.
fuck.
But hey, with that, we're at about a half hour talking about superhero time. We'll be back next week to talk about at least the Ultraman arc movie, if not maybe one other thing. But we
Oh yeah,
don't have
we stopped Sentai Red at least. Yeah.
Well, yeah, we'll have Sentai Red. But yeah, thanks as always for listening, and we will see you guys next week. Later.
This program is brought to you by
Our unending love of tokusatsu.
If you enjoyed the show, please be sure to like and subscribe.
And hit the bell for notifications. And if you would like to support us further, consider becoming a patron at our Patreon, Half Hour Henshin.
You can get some exclusive benefits, such as your name in the credits and joining our sticker club. Or, if you want to help with a one-time donation,
you can also find us at Ko-fi at Half Hour Henshin. You can email us with any questions or theories at halfhourhenshin@gmail.com or on Twitter at halfhourhenshin.